Today we're checking out the 11-inch ONN Tablet Pro by Walmart. Cost of this one is $129, but I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. You've got the same 4 color options as the bigger version. One difference with this one is you've got the Snapdragon 685 processor instead of the MediaTek Helio G99. You've got a slightly smaller 11-inch display at 1840 by 1280 resolution. This one has 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage. Also takes a micro SD card for expanded storage. Hopefully this one has a little better battery life, which I should have the results later in this video. This one also has a 20-watt fast charging wall adapter included, just like the larger version. Okay, I think the silver looks pretty good on here. You've also got your quick start guide, user manual. Kind of a nice touch that they match the charging cable and wall adapter with the tablet, just like on the red one that we've already looked at. Of course, your micro SD card removal tool. It's got the location of everything marked on the screen. You will notice this one also has 2 speakers on each side. It has a nice aluminum material on the back, just a nice clean design to it. Here's a size comparison next to the larger 12.1 inch. It's just a little shorter than the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus, actually really similar to the size of the Fire HD10. Power and volume buttons are over on the right hand side, along with your micro SD card tray. Charging port is on the bottom, along with your 2 speakers on each side. It did have a software update already, just like the larger version. Here's what the default lock screen looks like in case you're wondering. I'm not sure if this wallpaper shows off the screen quality quite as good as the red one, but obviously you can change that in the settings. It's got all the same wallpapers as the 12.1 inch version. This one also has smooth display where you can change it from 60 to 90 Hz refresh rate. As far as storage goes, it's using about 20 gigabytes of the 64 gigabytes available. You won't be able to put a ton of stuff on here. We'll see where it's at once I install a few more apps. Nice thing is it has Widevine L1 for streaming apps like Netflix, up to 1080p resolution for YouTube videos. I feel like the screen quality is probably better on this than most people would expect for a tablet at this price. Also has Android 14 right out of the box. The software on this is pretty much identical as the larger 12.1 inch version. There's a few things you can add up in the shortcuts, like extra dim, dark theme, screencast, and so on. As far as the pre-installed apps go, it's mostly the apps from Google. You do have the Walmart app on here. You've got the Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen. Performance-wise is kind of what you would expect from a tablet in this price range. As you can see here by the Geekbench scores, it's not quite as good as the larger 12-inch version. It's got enough power to do split screen and most of your basic day-to-day stuff that you would need to on a tablet. I feel like the 4 gigabytes of RAM is probably enough on this tablet, but to me, I always like to have more than what you need. I kind of wish they had 6 gigabytes on this one and 128 gigabytes of storage, just like the 12.1 inch version. To me, that way it's just a little bit better for long-term use. Gaming on this smaller 11-inch version is definitely easier to handle, but it plays at lower graphics settings and just doesn't look as good as on the larger 12.1 inch version. So if you plan on doing a lot of gaming, I would probably go with the larger version over this one. As far as battery life goes, this one lasted about 6.5 hours at 100% screen brightness, so quite a bit better than the larger 12.1 inch version. Now keep in mind, the screen on this one's not quite as bright as that one, and I'm hoping something was going on in the background. I may have to test that one a 3rd time, but this one should last a couple days with the mixed usage, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. The good thing is you've got 2 speakers on each side that actually sound louder and better than I was expecting for a tablet in this price range. It's got a quad speaker setup with DTS-X Ultra audio. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like.
It's
It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the front and 5 megapixel on the back. To me, it looks like the photo app is a little different, probably from the software update because there's more settings now, but you can shoot up to 1080p resolution for video recording. You've got video, HFR, photo, and pro mode. After testing the larger version, I don't really expect great results from the photo and video quality on here, but I think most people are okay with that, especially considering the price. Here's a few samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. As you can see, not a huge surprise, but the photo and video quality from this isn't going to be the best out there. It may be just good enough to use if you had to, just make sure you have good lighting. But I feel like the more that I test this tablet, the more I like the larger 12.1-inch version. But hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at the 11-inch Tablet Pro by Walmart. But I've got quite a few more projects that I'm working on. So if you like tablets, phones, and other tech, keep an eye out for those upcoming videos.
So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.